Yana say more kwa be fa emra bedwam tibedi so. This is Adom TV era so ajobre na do afidi ato hanom. Media kwesi esia. Yes, stream on our social media platforms. Oko Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, maybe I could be searching for Adom TV. Everybody said Mpensenpensemu everybody etwaso but on a sad note, the Chief Executive Officer at the Kesbin Group of Companies, lawyer Kwabena Kese, is dead. Nti Penia Kesbin FM, Accra, Kesbin FM, Kumase, Kesbin TV, Nedia, Kesbin Travel and Tours. Yeah, Aseda House, Kumase, India, Adan Bekum so ene anope. Encourage more a free and ajobe dum yenum honum ebano. Ena odane etwenan ho edodo kakra. And say of course okopa yaresha anyeye. Ye mabusu nyina yakọ. Mabusu nyina hyede. Enti ora Kwabena Kese, Penina Kesbin ne dia no. Ona de nato o TV ni so na wo hwe no. But Kwabena Kese, Yame Fakra in see. Yame on Fakra in see. Okay, on the other side of life, and I don't pay, got any sorry about watching no nine more. Nan Kanya ever off. Your doom no. Now, GRIDCo compared for about one thing, I bet him. You almost so much one or more. I shall was never here, but me, I can't my boy in that every payer at the so this is a statement that GRIDCo compared for a day Abba. I can't just a canal so say you doom the question is there's a free ECG for them. And the Aquacunia GRIDCo for assem. So see system disruption and power restoration update. The Ghana Great Company GRIDCo wishes to inform the general public that approximately 4:30 a.m. today, Thursday 20th August 2026, the national power system experienced a major fault in the Akosombo voter transmission line. The fault resulted in the automatic tripping of the Akosombo generating unit and some thermal generating plants as part of the system's protection mechanisms to safeguard the integrity and stability of the national interconnected transmission system. This consequently resulted in the loss of power supply to some parts of the country. Immediately following the incident, GRIDCo engineers, working close coordination with other power sector agencies, took steps to isolate the affected transmission line and commence the safe and systematic restoration of the power system. Power supply has already been restored to some affected areas, and restoration efforts are progressing steadily to ensure that supply is restored to all remaining affected customers as quickly and safely as possible. GRIDCo regards the inconvenience caused by this temporary outage and assures the general public that all relevant technical teams have been fully mobilized and are working with agencies to achieve complete restoration of the power system. GRIDCo will continue to provide updates as further information becomes available and appropriate, and appreciate the patience, understanding, and cooperation of the public as restoration efforts continue. Signed by the Communication Directorate. It has my GRIDCo from Ekanyina and said, "Ohun makese ba kuya efri Akosombo eko framantem no. Ehun bi na etie. Na etie ni san se enye ni nyina na etie na baabi ejina so nti no se baabi etie ni yi ede free baabi a ejina so no mpanefo atimi ahwe SSC. Se ye kasai baabi obukọ esum no omatimi aye adwuma fiti ahomache no nan na abepem sabre a obun baabi fo no enya enkanea. Wona aka so munya nkanea no so GRIDCo mpanefo chem so gusu aye adwuma na se ye kase wona eka bie won kanea won sem ni nyina atwa ahia fa ko yo munyina ebo ase ne be ya saa trenchem ya abobetimi aso ano na kanea atimi akọ efiefie ne stop bie mo mo bie twanya ne kanea se de se efata so ne esi ye no eno no Samuel said the Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment at NSS, lawyer George Opare Addo. Oruka say the National Youth Organizer Emma NDC Amayoko. Council work there.
Yeah, me amini abema.
You watch it.
Yeah, mo see eduma. Yeah, eduma yes some.
Oh, the office is saying.
Na me Adom. Oguso ya anwa.
I think this ministry is by your creation. and acceptance by the president. It's by your proposal. Acceptance and creation by the president.
A proposal by the good young people of this country.
Okay.
And His Excellency President Mahama said, Odrin Mebuno. And I share numbers now. You have a country, the population of young people between the ages of 15 to 35. 36.9%, almost 40%.
Of the entire
population. 12 million of this country's population are young people. When we say youth, per year, in definition of the African Union, definition of youth, 15 to 35.
Okay.
Now, all descended, and 0 to 14, and they feed into sub brackets.
Yeah.
That group is also another 30%. So you are looking at 70% of your population.
Wow.
So when you forum,
yeah.
My friend, the biblical Osman Ayariga, I say we are more than them.
Yeah.
If you Bible,
70%.
So you are looking at
our population from the age of 0 to 50 to 35 years.
Yes.
70%.
Yes, almost.
Wow.
30% here, 36.9% between the 15 to 35 brackets. Policy maker. Now, we are very deliberate on the people who constitute the majority. Ministry for Children. I take care of 0 to 14.
Yeah.
And the 15 for be
okay.
16, 17, because they are all till 18. They are still regarded as children bracket now. So you have a ministry for them. Also a ministry for Emma, which are about 40-something% of your population. No, 52% of Emma, 51%.
51.7 also, yeah.
Of the total population. So you have gender and then children.
Okay.
And we've had that ministry for the longest. And now the demographics have changed so much. You cannot sit idle. Now I can say, almost 40% are falling within a certain bracket. So you won't cater for their needs. And in Nema, a farm, they are not footnotes. You can just wish away. There are real problems, real challenges. Any serious government must look at critically. Okay. So Black Stars air ball, now the whole of Nema farm comes to a standstill.
Yeah.
Over the years, that is what it has been.
Sure.
And so we've not been very deliberate. And now, our departments were sitting, or the agencies were sitting under different ministries.
Oh, okay.
So there was no coordination.
So the agents and departments now cater for youth development.
For instance, Youth Employment Agency, that's the Ministry of Employment.
Yeah.
And a National Youth Authority, that's the Ministry of Sports.
Okay, that then Youth and Sports.
Then Youth and Sports.
Yeah.
Then National Service.
Yeah.
Ministry of Education. And then National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program. Presidency. At a point in time, about Business Development Ministry.
Yeah.
So, Ubekono, ABA, for National Service, run the program on entrepreneurship. The same program I'm running, not NEIP, so running the same program. So there was no value for money. And then not the beneficiaries were almost the same people.
Yeah.
There was almost more information and an access. So, of course,
education. National Service
for the
no abeji NEIP.
No National Youth Authority. No even Ghana Enterprise Agency.
Under the youth
trade.
Okay.
No because they are all doing entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of duplication. There is a World Bank report that is stated what should the amount of investments into youth development in the last 10-12 years. This should not be the state of the Ghanaian youth.
In
excess of over $2.something billion.
They're spending over $2 billion within 10 to 12 years. Oh, youth development
in programs.
Okay.
Not just the World Bank, but donor agencies and various supports. So that was the amount of investment that now going to youth development. But then the youth ecosystem was in a very bad state. The national average, not a mixed bracket, people not in education, not in training, not in employment. Yeah. It kept on increasing with all the interventions. And also. Then you come and also look at the unemployment rate.
Yeah. The
national unemployment rate that stood at 13.8, 14.8 is the 13.8. Now youth unemployment alone was about 22%.
Yeah.
So clearly, money was not going into the right places. Meanwhile, we were investing. And so now you're here to look at it in a holistic manner and coordinate it well and realign. Remember, in the last 1 year, 8 months or so, we've been doing a lot of harmonization. There's been a lot of resistance. But we are still trying to harmonize. For instance,
harmonize some person can the youth agencies
to harmonize and align their programs. Because programs will be overlap. For instance, now why you full program on Baby rolling out on friend GRIDCo. If GRIDCo had rolled out the way a normal person rolling out, and could be good national service straight. But you see, they were not talking to each other. National service education for us under the previous administration. And now, why is the Ministry of Employment? So when they sit there as a ministry, not ministry need decide on policy. It is not for them to go and speak to education what they are doing. And you know, policy comes from the ministry, and then the implementing agencies implement it. So if GRIDCo had rolled out, it's Malik Baya or the GRIDCo Baya, I'm kind of Malik. A wonderful program. But what happens to national service? But it is because of where I sit. So I make policy decisions for national service, and I make policy decisions for YEA. So I was able to say, Debbie, we need to collaborate and work together and change the approach. But previously, if this proposal had happened under the previous administration, through no fault of the two ministers, we be rolling out in the, and then would have had crisis.
Spending same money
to fix
beneficiary
a common problem.
The same.
Beneficiary, but you see, what national service was going to suffer from was that because YEA was going to support private employers with graduates, and then hold on into paying some of them. So Joy FM requested for national service personnel every year, and then Joy has to pay national personnel. Now, what to say? YEA run a similar program, but this time around YEA supports
YEA. And I'm actually route. So national service for me. Also, must send me mail say Bakubia medical 1,717.
But you see, it is also a support one in building national service, and then a support in also building the individuals. Because your research as I say, when you push national service personnel to private sector, the average number of years are is between 2 to 3 years. They get employment. Public sector spends a minimum of 3 years and a maximum of 10 years. And this is backed by data.
So private sector no grooming
the private sector. It does more. And because either me juma because you don't need to go onto the government payroll to employ. You have clearance. So my juma so when immediately you take me. But on the other hand, I may be a chief director. Why you juma pass the national service? So any. And can say me retain you. When you have all the exposure, all the experience. But I have to wait for presidential finance minister's clearance. Say, and then you bet me for NIPA 10. Because the public sector is also managed. And you say, a minimum fee, you cannot bring in additional people. And so you get frustrated in there. But you don't have the benefit. Me, I'm here public now. I don't have the benefit of the private sector seeing my work. So I have to go with my CV, do interviews. Now, me by interview, who need me? Me no year Jumada. Not the 1 year Jumana, me need the same qualifications. So this time around, we are changing our policy directive. Say a lot more should go into the private sector for national service. Not because but because the government sector already is choked. And you know the private sector is the biggest employer. I employ the number of graduates now urban. And so we are, and this is because now there is a ministry that sits in the middle. So we have a clearer picture. And we've not just done this. The first 1 year about office, Tikaka Finance Ministry, we spent it into research to understand the ecosystem. So, ABR, then so we did 5 main researches. First one was on the health and well-being of young people. Because, as a ministry, the 5 thematic areas are one, health and well-being. 2, empowerment. 3, developing the next generation of leaders. Because your job necessarily, there are other people who should replace us. Then 4, civic responsibilities. How do we make them more patriotic? Then I can say Ghana doesn't have a volunteerism policy. Over the years, volunteerism, people are doing we don't have.
Yeah.
So I've been as a ministry, for consultant, and then the last one is on, like I spoke about well-being. Exactly. So how do we empower our young people? Okay. Not just by giving them money or stipends and peanuts, but how do we prepare them for the global stage? Because the world has become
coaching them, mentoring them.
How do we prepare them? Giving them skills.
Okay.
So we first did a research into health and well-being.
Okay.
And then so we did one on their mental health, the states. Okay. We wanted to find out they're mitigating against young people. Then we came to look at the issue of substance abuse. So when we did a broader one, it was substance abuse is one.
In Nobody.
So we then a movie called so we did a research on that, and then there's a Yakoma Musa Damko Ejuma, 200,000.
Yes, more than 238,000 Ghana this contract.
Massa.
It was Musa Damko to be Kabayas.
Massa.
Yet to Koko, Musa Damko Koko,
is it sometimes?
But yes, we are the source.
Oh, Massa, is it there were limits of what we can do? Okay. We wrote to Public Procurement Authority, and the documentations and everything. And we went through all the processes.
Okay.
Then we selected on the company, someone EMI.
Okay.
And the data he gave us, it corresponds with all the other data we have seen. For instance, we are going to tertiary institutions. Why substance abuse has become a problem? Like I say, 47% of our tertiary institution students are aware, because of more fendro, because we have the country but are aware of active use of one substance or the other on their campus.
47% of tertiary students.
Yes. Now, this is the average. 51% of our colleges of education are aware. That is where we had the highest awareness. So, awareness rate. Say me no we share na obi abema baby bisa and say school ha no mo munim say for fine draw. So me fabia nobody will volunteer that information. Sure. Federal. Only few will be bold enough to tell us I'm the federal back one. But also you are aware. Oh, minim say yafa. Oh, minim say we.
Oh, minim say boys no.
Minim say boys. 47%. You are aware say in their environment, normal one. So what it tells us is that if 41% and 47% are aware, it circulates amongst them.
Yeah.
To the extent that how much maybe a ton, so you name they are very high. For instance, in tertiary institutions, alcohol are very high. You say 12% are aware of active use of cocaine and heroin on their campuses. Yes. That is the reality. And it is because of what we did. Yeah, and so we know what even the underlying causes are. Anxiety, pressure, the syndrome of, cool, a guy.
Yeah, high.
Oh, you're guy now. So we understood all that. Then we also came to do one on skills.
Okay. And
then education, where the gaps are. At the end, in graduates where we school, when you national service problem. The amount going to private sector in here, Juma.
And temperature,
then we also came to look at the end, Mebunu be inform who same. Because for instance, even at the district assembly level, what percentage is now rebel? Why young people? We came to also look at in Niamani mitigating ekutia Mebunu. And then when we got all that data, so last year, the friend State of the Youth Address to put out the 5 research findings now, so that at least every young person appreciate the BIA. Any account say we are not going to solve problems through knee-jerk reactions.
Okay.
Yeah, the data and the science. So, for instance, on skills mismatch, you say free SHS, even though Ababe Buaman could bring out school, it's left us with a problem. Problem Naja and they say, in kind no, one could school about Kushia Juma. And there was no problem. But me Kushia Jumano. But then, we secondary school. Okason Kushia Juma, I feel say, baby, and you want to so. We secondary school, there's only office. And there's only Juma Bia, Sabi, a concan, a query. Meanwhile, a Juma Gasa, yes, white collar jobs na sa ebi ni hobby
white collar job asa
because that like it's choked.
Okay, that the space to admit
more it's choked.
Okay,
we are graduating close to 300,000 graduates every year, teacher trainee, nursing trainee, and then our various university and tertiary programs are year round, including vocational and technical universities. 300,000
every year. Students in tertiary institutions
back national area omoya where university.
Okay.
Where technical university. A lot of them are private universities too.
Yeah.
Where nursing training. Where teacher training. 300,000. So 300,000 we in Abasomo per government cannot absorb them.
It research naturally will say the 300,000 every year from both public and private institutions. A human say available every year.
Jobs available that can contain them through the white collar system is no more than 10,000.
Huh?
It's not more than 10,000. But I don't point you.
Hey,
I don't point you.
The minister.
Yes.
A new man available.
White collar job.
White collar job.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just
for a mebuno mo wie suapono.
Yeah.
A new man no 10,000.
Yes. So for instance, you have 4 teachers in the year about 3,000.
Okay.
That for nurses in a year is about 3,000.
Yeah.
That year recruitment, that for police, fire, degree,
Yeah.
They don't take more than 3,000.
Yeah.
From 9,000. After ministries, agencies, and clearances on media, about 1,000, 2,000. So those are the government jobs.
Okay.
I'm not speaking private sector jobs. So I say, if that number is brought on board, look at the numbers that have come out. You are graduating close to 12,000 nurses every year, 12 to 15,000 nurses every year, because of private schools.
Yeah.
And the could be a nursing training school. And a lot of our focus is towards those areas. Meanwhile, at a day I will say, and then what she ought to me saying bedroom. There's so called for. How many people are looking into that space?
Yeah, but about show near here. I dream for a 2 year team as a we tailor ni, we fitter ni, we mason, 7 nipa a can't be poor about no. Obe catch us say, Maria take a pa or court take a cocoa in there, mason or day, or court take cocoa in there at our day epam. Come a bit to me for so is a dream pono, a freight. For you, the Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment, the lawyer George Opare Addo and Commander Pay. WhatsApp number is 0531 029 795 0531 029 795. Yeah, for Dean Baby message if you account MIM. Franco Trading Enterprise for me can't say open phone papa Adom. Home appliance be a bow from never check the amawa. A Franco Trading Enterprise in China, Sabeka be Adom. Say ya Nokia, Samsung, iPhones now per atwa. Furniture Papa Franco Akache. Or smart TVs ranging from 32 to even 100 inches. So that's our Franco air conditioning from 1.5 to 2.5 horsepower. And our chest freezers and refrigerators, washing machine, microwave, blender, generator, gas, electric stove, CCTV cameras, so any part of the pedia by Amazon, file phone, Neko App Store and our Play Store. Download the Franco Trading app, no, our phone. So, ne place you order, so place you order. Would be qualified for 40% discount whenever you place order or app or SM. Fresh 0246 422 338 and 0555 939 311 and 0302 225 651. Franco Trading Enterprise still for Papa Fee, and Obey Germany, Yabesi Abatuaso. Yebo akwa be mfa emra bedwam twebedi so ye ne Honorable George Opare Addo, the Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment, and also National Youth Organizer of the NDC na Etwe Komone Anopay. For agent Lebra, near King Kind also message 0531 029 795 0531 029 795. So Minister for Buenyo Mobile Power 7 January 2025. If through His Excellency boarding sa Fedi and Yamo pre Eshe Monsa can jit Nico di Edmono. The youth agencies na a Wagana no na TBM to say.
For instance, the national service is an overflogged issue.
National service, okay.
National service. Even before we came, not for state, a year expose. And we came to inherit a lot of mess. For instance, NEIP, changes, but rightly so, he had to do it. Because now, if you get into it, a lot of the agencies, yes, they worked under the previous administration, but administratively, a lot of things were wrong. I'm not one person, I am, it's not radio, so because my job is to fix problems. It's, problems are better, Adom. President Mama appointed very competent and capable hands, MIA, as heads of agencies. And for instance, Menoka say, NEIP has been a program for the last many years. Yeah. We are at the final stage of presenting a bill to Cabinet, a memo to Cabinet on a bill. I done it into Ghana's startup agency.
Okay. So you'll be changing from NEIP to Ghana startup agency.
That is if see the core cabinet, not
yeah,
cabinet,
approve,
okay. Then it will go to Parliament. Because what we need to support new businesses, okay, and then support young entrepreneurs. So, but it's been a program, and it's a shared Juma portion. Here engineer, so here legal framework. So we started programs, and then we don't think about the legal framework. I have a Buama program, no, I survive it. Agency papa so we are doing same for NEIP. They were told the mess at national service. And I mean, okay, say you restructure national service. And then become one of the radio stations say, and I say, me time. You ghost names be. It is one of the most difficult things to do. And the challenges are you could through, but Adom, you sanitize a clear system in a way. Processes they are too normal. Criminals always try to be a step ahead. And we are using every modern tool available, okay, to make sure that issue of ghost names we have reduced.
Since you assumed office, there's no ghost payments
because of
under the youth agency.
No, because of the system now you deploy for national service.
Okay.
Right from the word go, every payment is tied to your Ghana card number.
Okay.
It is a mistake crowd, we give you the opportunity to go and rectify it, gazette it, and bring it back.
That's mistake between Udin and your Ghana card.
Not your Ghana card. It is a school, no. Say you get deployment from schools. You get listing from school. The school need the banner Udin George Addo.
Okay.
Now Ghana card George Opare Addo. It's two different people.
Yeah.
So you must go and fix it.
Okay.
And your date of birth must correspond with the Ghana card and your school in the brain. So your primary database is a Ghana card.
Okay. And the reference point.
And your primary database. And it must correspond with the Ghana card. If there is a mistake in your date of birth, you have to go back and fix it. And then come with a gazette.
Okay.
To say it's a what fix the problem, no? And then your payment is tied with your Ghana card now phone number.
Okay.
And, because of the registration of SIM cards and so on, the payment is tied to your Ghana card accounts. And then the number that is registered on the mobile network,
okay,
with SID, it must correspond.
It's intimate say what the George Opare Addo. The Umomo number out the buy no akwasins ya.
You
To be here, Baba, on some council.
Oh yeah, because we must verify you and make sure, you know, or district, they can't mean verify in the first place. It's here, my own Juma. It's here, Juma, and we do all these things at the registration stage.
Okay.
And you know, last year, we give them to the extent, Director General Far, commissioners of oaths, crab officers, so that they can help them, because some are genuine mistakes. Okay. But for instance, last year, you had almost 140,000 from the schools for national service. Your year in processes, you reduced to about 90,000. California, you're home.
No, me, your ghost.
In case of you, home.
No way. Okay, the over national service here now, what kind? Now, saying national service personnel for be a demonstration, say, much as say, almost 30 Ghana or 60 Ghana. Some of the workshop be their mom. As a minister, about what name? How did you intervene?
About me, man, I'm stopping. You see, Omo NASPA, Omo Association, you know, it is backed by law. Sure. Either yes, I say, oh, in school, see. Madam business is Kedim, if you audible. That is just by the way, the fact is behind it. Yeah. NASPA for no. It decided dues on Bichia. So they take the dues from their members. NASPA formally, from memory reporting me briefing on the brain, when and you know, they don't report their day-to-day activities to minister. We make policy, we make sure that but an organization like NASPA, almost district representatives, regional and then national. And now almost every board, no. The NASPA presents by law a member of the National Service Board.
National Service Authority Board?
Yes. Okay. By law. It's, you know, they presented a program activities to the board. Say they want to build soft skills, build capacities for national service personnel. And that they've done broader consultations with OMO membership. No? Yeah. And the members have agreed, say, OMO is 60 cities. For that service. Okay. But then say, I'm better to over a period. So he came to the board, justified it, and the Director General and the Science Mom, so won't come back. Well, he had proof. Said they've done consultations. So according to Director General, almost the text messages are almost sending it to all members. Okay. And then members who registered online to be part of the program. Okay. And they were board and about the approval. But according to the Director General, she was still reluctant. Some baby was also consulted. Yes. But the pressure started coming from the executives. And then a program, training, you know. And there was also verifiable evidence that some of the trainings have been done. Okay. Then based on that, first deduction, Anna. A pager. And I'm a friend, I'm saying, Madam, what is happening there? And I say, NASPA for no. But you see, because it's national service, people don't just NASPA for. Omo association now. I'm saying, I'm not trying. The people are saying that the voice of the people is the voice of the Lord. Now get into it and make sure the training has been done. Also, I'm a NASPA for them. I'm so much here. I'm much first. It's in installments. I'm much part. And I'm saying Munjai training. And then come and show me proof. So she brought me all the proof, board minutes, everything. And now, you forum, no? Okay. Obi baby saw a question. Yeah. And now, Nipana, her claim was that on no message on your NHS say, "Are free? Training is free." Say why you challenging? Say on for message on your NHS. Yeah, when Nipana or crowd you be able. Because according to the message I saw, the message stated that it will come with cost. So those Nipana to so co-training maybe. And now I'm not to co-training, no. Could be now second part of it, here computer, no only computer, you know.
So I think with this where the challenge was coming. Was it a idea na a yen shema every national service personnel? Say obo wa mo ye better.
You see, for the dues. Okay. Every national service personnel pays the dues. Sure. For this training and capacity building, the impression they created, they say, you know, you cannot have everybody aligned. But when majority aligns, it becomes either Yakoto Abana majority John Mama. Yeah. So the decision they in I so.
Okay.
So when they came out and says, and all the regional reps, all the district reps are your man or no.
Okay.
You now had aligned to it, said this is a program they all want to.
Okay.
And so that was the decision that they came to. But when the noise started, Ehun said there be. Because for us at the ministry, at the board level, and at the management level, no, once the NASPA association comes with OMO reports, district are signing, regions are signing, national are signing, you cannot now go and engage service personnel individually. That's what I say. But immediately the uproar came. And then they also brought proof of NIPA here signing up for the training.
Okay.
More than 60-70% had signed up for the training. So I said, Mr. Lady near admitted say training a crow Kobe. Also quite technical. It be online and it be in person. Also in person they be. Now the second part of the training, you know, she needed to use a computer, only computer into 1 year BM.
Okay.
And I say, okay. Now on no message no nya or call, you know. The message told her said the training is for free. And I said no problem. If that was it, then it's a mistake. My message now we read it. Omar Sanda, who was the MC for the program, I said, oh, Fabra I mean kind of you was the director general, no, and I said you why in a dream. Okay. Yeah, now lady ni bi. Yeah, huni bi.
For now, see, I can say they are called for say, mon for musika mo back no. Mudo musika mo back. Na government abe fat no say consultant and cofa so be yes train we
the government did not contract anybody.
Okay.
It is the National Service Association.
Oman
cofa coach processes. And the law allows them how they expend their dues in their manner.
Yeah.
You can only guide. And then they have to come and show you proof that they are doing things the right way.
Yeah.
They ticked every box. Came to the board for approval. So if they meet at the district level, not district, not endorse it. Region A endorse it. Not national A endorse it. Okay. They come to the board for approval.
Mobile, what was the state of YEA? Let us say.
We came to meet less than 5,000 beneficiaries. Almost about 7,000 or 8,000 beneficiaries.
Okay, someone say every 2 years, maybe
yes.
And
I can say YEA has close to 90,000 beneficiaries. About any minimum salary, 250 cedis. 500 cedis. Today, the minimum we are paying at YEA 800 cedis.
That better must sign Zoom Lion contract.
The Zoom Lion contract, above me pay grade.
I
They used to be, but no more. This is a common fund allocation near the year.
Okay.
Now, the 80% of the common fund they call district assemblies. Okay. And the present directive is there. Sanitation is one of the key components of the district assemblies.
Okay.
And they should assume that responsibility. And the expectations are that Zoom Lion will now have to work directly with the district. Okay. So that YEA can also focus on new models.
Okay.
And truth be told, we are coming up with new models. Next year, what we call the domestic care economy, another YEA concept. And that one has the potential of giving over 100,000 people jobs.
No video be here, me bo edia ma me bo we am ko break no nya bre no timi respond. Ghanaian youth, yeah, it is say obeba. Ye no mo di nkomo. Asmo mpese utu wana mo e de mo e no maka e de a kire nti ye hwe nkomo ene e mabunu ye wo mamu atwen ye. Any question person bisa the Minister for Youth Development. Video.
Okay, we may say to applying for say the rate at which unemployment equals to a higher youth. What promising say Opaswa, Obama Ejuma, we've completed school with the host, no gain work they do. Yaba fee, Yabe than the bed in a my mammy, so yeah, my queens, she. So, mammy, I'm 1 city, 2 city, you know, I'm party on your she on your Juma. To the Australian, I'm the man or man penny. Say yes, then Oma, your question or share and emblem name Ejumanye.
The only by grace of maybe invest now. Or mammy, Adrian say, oh, Sankao, you know, Kauba. At this venue, maybe I bet the Obey and Council bed, the Ube Shifi. Now, so, and this are, we use my this one so I can find out that show with you, whether I say, I'm with him, not the team, and no crown, or call back, I'm catch you say, oh, Cobra, a befro. To me, take minimum be a business student. But and there or a mechanic, why? You can say sisa. But because when you're man, you're so soon near the etifem, the big account bedding, we need. Yes, I is you fancy SHS. As you have plans here, but by a shame you know so, Omilina, Omunia Jumanye. The answer no, as you had time, I'm in 10 years old. You Jumaka crab, and look on his can call the Mawa, what you say, oh, but there, family race, and only count tone. I'm out of an iron, I think, into the move to see, say, oh, baby, yeah, so and Wunya, Japasia Sarah, and say, on boy, now. Send a question today because every man say a whole Ghana unemployment graduate, a whole core, let me say that's a crowd. Maybe a whole building, but for student, some are like kita good grades near there, and so near Jumanya. And so mobile market says, oh, my, as you wish you want to say, oh, what's your kind of country, yeah, the car, and so can I then scan a question, you say, maybe I'm benefit be and I'll be aba. See, a certain one will be found.
Unemployment has one semi and chassis and a chassis now. Did say I buy baby about the videos or messages about unemployment, and it has still been the same. Me media mupandi idea because we go school for 4 years. Even when we are your masters and getting a job. Sometimes we are course of a cry and free Jumano. Sometimes we are found but a Jumakeka will be young. The stress so it doesn't have what it takes to be in that position, but because of maybe protocol and ability, they are funny job. I know they hire young penny phone so me who some who create job opportunities, my because my man tell me it's youth no money here is more of betting and then risks. You get me? So if I'm supposed to talk about unemployment, it's something that is really hurting the youth. Then I think people need to work on it.
Most of the youth are unemployed now. Bebrina are involved in sporty bets, frauding, and gambling, which they didn't get jobs. So many Juma. In Juma no muinyano Emma, Amodi Omun, because she says they will gain income. So someone can actually go to work to go and find work. Other question, managers America say, oh, you go, I'll call you, I'll give you a message. The person can wait for 2 weeks. And then he hasn't received any message yet. In the Nusanya way, young youth, baby now echo involved your sporty best, send a bear, overture best, Kakanda, when you can that send send a bear to keep him or her going. What I say. So, these are some of the things that lead to unemployment in Ghana. Thank you.
On 24
weapons. In case someone
okay. Policy in general. People misunderstand it. And I can say, even though we've not rolled out the 24-hour economy fully, at least some government agencies are running 24-hour. The ports are running 24-hour. And I'm saying our revenue commissioner, a GRIDCo commissioner, announced, he said, now the ports are doing 24 hours. What it means is that there is an increase in intake. NPA, some of their facilities do 24 hours. By DVLA, some are doing 24 hours. So some key government agencies are running 24 hours. What you see, traditionally, now your economy has been run from 8 to 5. Now you need legal framework via SSANO. Okay.
What the president did was to appoint somebody in charge of the 24-hour secretariat. And on mandate, say, created a legal framework. No transition into an authority. They've done fantastic work. Menoka say, na your 24-hour policy. This year Parliament pass Ababe Embra. Now the next phase of it, because say or running 8 to 5. The structure of the economy must now change to accommodate the 24-hour economy. 2, for you to have an effective 24-hour economy, 1, transportation systems must change. 2, your policing systems must change.
For night security.
For night security.
But when it's a fachamio, can I remember so much handsome way? But no, so much say.
But we are
because about me at the 24-hour economy, no, and yet government driven, no, a private sector driven initiative.
Certainly.
The Benny, the private sector, the bit me for the chunk almost.
Maybe I make a choice there. You need a legal framework for the private sector to ride on. Say, private sector never funny panel number. Car Benedict microphone never quite number. The private sector never fund microphone. I'm my number. On my electricity tariffs, is it going to be the same?
Don't consider Benny baby Sunday.
Oh, but we finished. The act is now we have a 24-hour.
Sometimes a private sector be more. I subscribe to the bidding. Como can you some more train the finance minister?
Exactly.
No,
the new budget because it's almost pass act this year.
Okay.
Yeah, ready budget every year.
Okay.
You are going to change the structure of your economy. Which means yes, our changes no mid-year budget.
Okay.
The next budget season is in November.
Yeah. For 2027.
For 2027.
Okay.
Because now the main thing is the financial aspect of it.
So 2027 budget in Ghana for be who are buying more the private sector
in the 24
to start the 24-hour
start the 24-hour economy. And I'm making sure say in the president Mama buy why you
okay.
We are judging him based on the way I buy na content. But almost as you can say one district, one factory.
One if yeah.
How long did it take them? Even in their second term, no more radio. There is no legal. Legal framework in Po and 12.
And one is in Ghana for the
it's in and one is
okay.
And the legal framework because you must have a legal basis. So I need jack and then microphone it only causes problems. We saw it with YE when we brought JIDA.
Okay.
Yeah, now legal framework you can't problems better. Legal framework about what is scandal do why.
But I say Lawyer George Opare Addo, Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment, National Youth Organizer, NDC, I could have said no, and common. I'm for culture toothpaste, and from so I'll bet you same quantity of money culture toothpaste. And no, and a posse paper, BDA, a what one to be that super. Ghana be a ton. Of course, Mama can be more Sabe Kebi Atto. And to form fresh Samara Company Limited. 0246 864 798 and 0501 454 462. Culture toothpaste was a happy smile. But did you see is the Akopoya and watch now and up for the background.
Amanfo nti no bae wa kwatare won central adwuma mu na se begina so peme ene na ni swade hu no dwumadie no chiame foforo no nie bibi Adom TV bedwom dwumadie no chiame foforo no ono nie